Continue. Astavakra Geeta, verse number 3, verse number 7. Verse number 7. There is no other one. There is no other one. Astavakra says to Janak, you are the one observer of all. You are the one observer of all. Free, always free. You are presuming someone else is the observer. You are presuming someone else is an observer, not yourself. That is the problem. How much do you know about yourself? How much do you know about yourself? If you want to know yourself, you will have to stop looking for image in the eyes of others. How much do you know of yourself? If you want to know yourself, you will have to stop looking for image in the eyes of others. If you want to know your soul, you will have to leave all other people behind. A spectator is one whose eyes are on others, and the observer is one whose eyes are on himself. To be a spectator is one kind of self-forgetting. Very rare someone is awakened to see within. Very rare someone is awakened to see within. A person who is free from doing has no desire to exhibit himself to others. He knows the trap of seeing and showing is false. He attains non-attachment and freedom from all desires. Even if you inwardly wish people to think you virtuous, then you know that you are still caught in the same old web. If you wish in your heart that people know you are religious, you are still caught in the same old web. I have heard there was a Seth who built his bathroom with mirrors. He put mirror after mirror inside the bathroom. And once his dog was shut in the bathroom, he was left inside by mistake. You can understand that dog's condition. He was seeing his face in the mirror and thinking some other dog. He was barking on him, scratching on the mirror. It is the same with man's condition. Wonderful. Listen what Janak is saying. It is the same with man's condition. The dog barked, but there was only mirror, and in mirror after mirror, dog was seeing his own face. Dog barked back. The sound returned to him. This was his own barking echo. He barked all night and chased the mirror and bathed in his own blood. No one else was there. He was alone. No one else was there. He was alone. He was found dead in the morning. There was blood stains all over the place. This dog story is the story of man. This dog story is the story of man. There is no one else. Other one does not exist. Here is only one in all of us. Here is only one in all of us. Soul is the supreme soul. Soul and supreme soul, there is no difference. We are the soul. We are the supreme soul. This will not be understood until you have caught hold of one. This will not be understood until you have caught hold of that one within. That is soul. You are the observer. You are the observer of all. Your bondage is that you see someone else as the observer. Your bondage is that you see someone else as the observer. Liberation liberation is to know yourself or the observer. Liberation is to know yourself as observer. To try Liberation is to know yourself as observer. You are the observer. Second, Astavakra says in chapter 1, verse 8, non-doership leads you divinity. Non-doership leads you to divinity. I do. This is the black snake of your ego. I am not the doer. Drink this divine nectar of trust and be happy. I do. This is the black snake of your ego. I am not the doer. Drink this divine nectar of trust and be happy. Your belief is that you are the doer. Your belief is that you are the doer. You become what you believe. Your belief is you are body. You have never thought you can be something else than the body. I am doer, this is a projection, and we create our ego in accordance. The doer means ego. So bigger is the doer, bigger is the ego. Everything is happening by itself. We unnecessarily bring ourselves in between. We don't come to on the earth. We don't come on the earth by our own desire, and we don't go from the earth by our own desire. Before birth, no one asks us whether we are interested to be born. Before death, no one will ask us whether we are interested to die. I am the doer. In between this span of life is illusion. I am the doer. In between this span of life is illusion. We create our ego as an illusion. The disease of ego is very big. Disease of ego is very big. Verse number 9. I am pure awareness. I am pure awareness. Having buried the forest of ignorance with fire of certainty, you are happy and beyond sorrow. I am pure awareness. Having buried the forest of ignorance with fire of certainty, you are happy and beyond sorrow. All happiness disappears when you experience that you are pure awareness. All happiness disappears when you experience that you are pure awareness. I am witness. I am observer. We cannot see what we have in this mortal body. The lamp of consciousness is burning. In this mortal body, the lamp of consciousness is burning. Just you try to assess the value of this lamp. The more you desire, more unhappy you will be. The more you desire, more unhappy you will be. I have heard a man went to the river to end his life. A man went to the river to end his life. A Sufi fakir was sitting on the river bank. He asked that man, "What are you doing?" That man was just about to jump in the river. He said, "Don't stop me. It is too much. I never got anything I wanted. I always got what I wanted to avoid. I always got what I wanted to avoid. God is against me, so why should I continue my life?" The fakir said, wait, and stay one more day. You may die after one day. What is the haste? You say you don't have anything well in your life. The man replied, nothing at all. If I had anything, why would I come to end my life? The fakir said, come with me. The king of this state is my friend. King of this state is my friend. The fakir took him to the king and whispered something in the ear of the king. The king said, I can offer you $1,000,000 of rupees if you want to sell both of your eyes. I can give you millions of rupees if you can give me your eyes. Man replied, what you are talking? I am not going to sell my eyes at any cost. Fakir said, look, You are not ready to sell your eyes for millions of rupees, and last night you were going to kill yourself. You said you did not have anything. You have these eyes worth of millions of rupees. Heart and kidney and other organs of the body worth of millions of rupees, and you are saying you have nothing. We cannot see what we have. This is a great miracle. Your desire never ends. Therefore, you should not desire anything. Your desire never ends. Therefore, you should not desire anything. Be happy with what you have. Be happy with what you have. Desire brings sorrow. As long as you identify yourself with anything, ego will arise. Ego is your identification with everything. Desire brings sorrow. देखा है हर चाह बनी आखिर में दुख का कारण. देखा है हर चाह बनी आखिर में दुख का कारण. फिर भी चाहे मोक्ष अधर चाहना आखिर ना छोड़ा. देखा है हर चाह बनी आखिर में दुख का कारण. फिर भी चाहे दर्श परमात्मा के दर्शन. फिर भी चाहे दर्श अधर चाहना आखिर ना छोड़ा. It has taken 6 months to write these 2 lines. One saint had said, एक साधु ने कहा है, चाह गई चिंता गई मनवा बेपरवाह. चाह गई चिंता गई मनवा बेपरवाह. जिसको कछु न चाहिए वो ही शहंशाह. The same thing Janak is saying, desire brings sorrow. As long as you identify yourself with anything, ego will rise, desire will arise. Your desire is never ends, therefore you should not desire anything. Further, verse 10. Soon as you drop all identification, you will be happy. You say, I am pure awareness. This certainty comes from experience. You do experiment. Trust will come from experience. Burn the forest of your ignorance with the fire of certainty and be happy. You are the bliss, ultimate bliss within. The imaginary world is projected like a snake and rope. Know this and live happily. Worldly sufferings are misunderstanding of awareness. Sometime you must have seen a piece of rope lying on the road in the dark, and immediately idea of a snake comes in the mind. When idea comes, a rope is projected like a snake. You run, scream and shout. You might fall when running. Later on you find out it was a rope. Then you laugh on yourself. If you have a small lamp of awareness, even in the darkest night, you can see rope is rope, not a snake. Awareness is the key. You have the key. You have the light. You have kept the light covered unnecessarily. Take the cover off and live happily. See everything, but do not forget the one who sees. See everything, but do not forget the one who sees. Hear everything, but do not forget that one who hears. Do everything, but remember you are not the doer. Do everything, but remember that you are not the doer. Have you seen the wheel of a moving vehicle? Axle remains stand still while wheel moves. In the same way, the wheels of life moves, but the axle remains still. You are the axle, as soul. We become as we think. Verse 11. He who considers himself free is free. He who considers himself bound, he is bound. Because as you think, so you are. Verse number 12. The soul is the witness, all pervading, free from doing, absolutely alone, non-attached, desireless, peaceful. Because of illusion, it looks like the world. Freedom is not the result of action. Freedom is not the result of action. It is the fruit of knowing. He who thinks I am bounded, he is bounded. He who thinks he is liberated. Freedom will not come from our doing. Freedom comes from knowing your thinking has created your world. Freedom comes from knowing your thinking has created your world. Change your thinking. Wake up. See in a new way. Everything will remain same. Only the way of seeing will change. Change your way of seeing. You have to live belief. You have to live belief. I am an individual body. I am an individual body, a projected life. Drop this illusion and experience that you are consciousness. You are not the revolving wheel of life. You are the axle of the middle. The axle is unmoving. Verse number 13. You are axle. You are not the revolving wheel of life. You are the axle in the middle. The axle is unmoving soul. Awakening is the key. Nothing is to do. No meditation, no yoga, no chanting. Just wake up. Wake up the feeling that you are the unchanging conscious. What you have believed up to now is nothing but reflected projections. It is your belief. People around you share the same belief. In this way, your opinions are strengthened. In this way, your opinions are strengthened. Ultimately, man borrows his opinions from others. You learn from others. All are unhappy, and so you are also unhappy. There is a story in Ramakrishna's life. He was worshipping Mother Kali, but every time he experienced duality. The experience of oneness never happened to him. He was in anguish. He started to search for a non-dualist. He started for search for a non-dualist, someone who could show him the path. A Paramhans named Totapuri was passing by. Ramakrishna invited him to stay with him and asked to help him to attain the oneness of God, the oneness of divinity. Totapuri said, there is difficulty. You believe there are two. You believe there are two, you and Mahakali. How can get you? How can attain you the oneness of divinity? Mahakali is also there with you. First, you drop the belief. Ramakrishna said, to drop the belief is very difficult. I have lived with it my whole life. I lived with it my whole life. How I close my eyes, when I close my eyes, image of Kali appears. Every time I forget that I have to come one with God. Every time I forget that I have to come one with God. I have to be one with God. As soon as I close my eyes, there are two. When I try to meditate, it becomes two. Myself and Kali. Kindly help me out of this. Totapuri said, when the image of Kali comes in front of you, pick up a sword and cut her in the pieces. Ramakrishna said, where I will find the sword there. Totapuri said, from where you brought this image of Kali, you bring the sword from there only. So bring a sword from same place. She is imaginary. No one sees Kali when they close their eyes. A devotee of Sri Krishna closes his eyes and Sri Krishna comes to him. A Christian closes his eyes and Krishna comes to him. A lover of Mahavira closes his eyes, Mahavira comes to him. Krishna does not come to Jain. Sri Krishna does not come to Christian. Mahavira does not come to Mahavira does not Mahavira Christian. Guru Nanak does not come to Sri Krishna devotee. Only the image you project in your belief will come to your meditation. Ramakrishna life was with Kali. Consciousness is alone. There is no second one. Raise the sword and strike. Totapuri said Ramakrishna closed his eyes, but as soon as he closed his eyes, his cords vanished. The devotee raises the sword and strikes the god highly impossible. Finally, Totapuri said, I have wasted lot of time with you. It is of no use. Either you do it or I am going. Do not waste my time. That day, Totapuri brought a piece of glass with him and said, when you begin to be absorbed in delight, when you begin to be absorbed in delight, I will cut your forehead with this piece of glass. When I cut your forehead, gather cords and raise the sword and strike. There is the last chance for you. Ramakrishna closed his eyes and Kali image appeared. He was about to become ecstatic when Totapuri held his by forehead and cut the forehead with piece of glass. Blood began to stream from the cut, and this time Ramakrishna collected his cords. He raised the sword and cut the Kali into pieces. When Kali fell down, he became non-dual. When Kali image fell down, he became non-dual. The wave dissolved in the ocean. It is said that he stayed immersed for 6-7 days in this ultimate silence, and when he opened his eyes, the first he said was, the last barrier has fallen. The last barrier has fallen. Astavakra surely is extremely different. Neither Gyan nor Bhakti nor Karma Yoga, none of these have reached to his height. It is pure witnessing. It is pure witnessing. One whose path and goal are different cannot say right now. He will say move. The journey is long. Climb. Then you will reach the mountain. As our so-called religious Pandit says, Astavakra says, open your eyes and see. You are still on the mountain. Where are you running? No one understood. They become very nervous with Astavakra. These sages have misled the whole world because doing is always easy and undoing is difficult. Astavakra vision of witnessing and meditation are one because of the goal of the path are one. Astavakra vision of witnessing and meditation are one because the goal and the path are one. When ego begins melting, quite automatically, mental projection arises, the being is not known. Mental projection arises because the being is not known. When all mental projection becomes quiet, man knows himself. Man knows himself. Astavakra says, verse 15, you are no sinner. Sins cannot even touch you. You are alone, void of action, self-illuminated and innocent. Your bondage is that you practice samadhi. Samadhi means meditation. Meditation cannot be practiced because meditation means mental projection. Mental projection arises because the being is not known. Mental projection arises because the being is not known. When you are doing meditation, you become doer. Actually, you are not the doer. Trying to do meditation is like entering into a dark house and trying to fight with the darkness and get rid of it. Do not try to get rid of it. The actually situation is reverse. The presence of light is the absence of darkness. The presence of light is the absence of darkness. Light a lamp, and darkness will disappear by itself. Actually, darkness does not exist. It is the absence of light. Darkness is the absence of light. You are alone. No one is your companion. The body is not your companion. The breath is not your companion. Thoughts are not your companion. Husband, wife, family, friends, beloved one. None are your companion. Neither they are born with you, nor will they go with you. No union can be made with anyone within. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has said in Geeta, I never die, I am beyond death. You are alone, void of action. Do not raise this question of your karma. You are alone, void of action. Do not raise the question of your karmas. If you ask Astavakra, one can be liberated right now. What will happen to the fruits of our past karmas? Astavakra says, you have never done those. You have never done those karmas. Out of vital energy, body might have done something. You have never done anything. Soul has never done anything. You always stand separate. Soul has always stand separate in non-doing position. Doing has never happened through soul. You are the soul. You are the observer of all action of the body. Consider it in this way. If we have to destroy the whole web of past karmas, we can never do so. It is impossible. We have done so many deeds in our infinite births, and if we have to be released from all these past karmas, then the release will take an infinite time. And during that infinite time, you won't be sitting idle. You will be doing something, some good things and some bad things. So karmas will again be done and will be accumulated. This chain will be endless. This chain will never finish. It will never come to an end, and you will never be liberated. Astavakra says, if you have to be liberated, you have to become free from all past karmas, otherwise liberation can never happen. Actually, you are free from all karmas if you can see within. Existence of liberation is the proof that being has never done by you. You are neither sinner nor saint. You are virtuous. You are not virtuous. There is no hell anywhere. There is no heaven anywhere. You have never done anything. You are thinking that you are doing. It is your belief. It is your illusion that you are doing. Actually, you are just sleeping in the body, and the bodies are doing. Soul never does anything, and you are the soul, not the body. Those bodies that did those things are gone long ago. How can the fruits of their action be yours? You are just sleeping within. The mind acted. The mind that acted disappeared with that body. The mind acted. The mind that acted disappeared with the body. No sins belongs to you. You are sinless. No sins can touch you. You just wake up yourself. By awakening, you will find you have never done anything. You just understand it properly, consume the Astavakra Geeta, and you will not be the same as like you were. Thank you, thank you, thank you.